City of Normandy sponsors Redbird Rookies and Riving Baseball and Inner Cities RBI programs facilitated by Cardinals Care and Nike, whereas RBI was established in 1989 in South Central Los Angeles and has grown internationally across 200 cities with male and female participants, whereas in 2023, Nike became a sponsor of RBI across Major League Baseball, and the Cardinals Care extended the opportunity for teams to play RBI throughout the St. Louis metro region. Whereas Cardinals Care hosted the Cardinals Nike RBI Championship Tournament and the championship game occurring at Busch Stadium to conclude the season. Whereas the Normandy Male Junior Division Nike RBI team competed and placed second in the 2025 Senior Division Championship, whereas the Normandy Female Nike RBI team won the 2025 National Championship. Now therefore, be it resolved that the City of Normandy celebrates the Normandy RBI men's and women's youth teams and their performance in their season championships. I'm going to ask the girls to do their cheer because I want to hear them. Now, Coach Tony told me all about your cheers. Congratulations. And I want to hear more from the girls.
Not enough of them here, but I think they can do it. They can do it. Huh? Well, you can do it.
I see the one that leads the cheers couldn't make it.
Oh, she couldn't make it. Oh, okay.
That's the one she had a game today.
All right, we have to save it for another. Okay. We have to save it for another time. But congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much for coming. You have made Normandy very, very proud, and we just really appreciate you. And we can hope that this continues on for years to come.
No, that's not the one, but she played.
Congratulations.
Can you lead the cheer? Can you lead a cheer?
They want to be shy now. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna give this to Coach, and then everybody's gonna get a copy and a folder and everything for everybody participants, for the boys and the girls. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And you only have.
And we have cupcakes and we have juice, so feel free to help yourself while we're having our meeting. I'm gonna open this up. How did you do?
Oh, excuse me, Miss Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Which one you guys want?
Huh?
Because they're gonna get more.
Huh?
They're gonna get more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she can get more.
Oh, that's
She
fine.
handed it to him.
Oh, what's right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball Saturday.
Huh?
We gonna baseball Saturday get her.
Nah, we'll get one.
We're not done, sorry. Oh, we're not done.
Well, on the wind though, so I already had one made up. My team already had made one up, so I made sure you had to do
Oh,
that too.
thank you. Thank you so much.
We got all the girls down there.
I coach basketball, so I know how much effort it is and how much you take away from things that you want to do to have to go to a game or have to go to practice and everything. And it paid off, so keep with it, and it's going to pay off even greater in the future. You guys are doing great things. So, yes.
Represent.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much.
They gonna dance. Just need some work. Just need some work though, okay? We gonna get you some work. What you didn't, for somebody that's just getting back behind that plate, you didn't look bad at all. I just gotta get you some, we gonna get you some work. All right, no problem.
They really do. You're not used to it, you think it's really unusual. Yeah.
I'll keep you informed, man. I think
Okay, so we'll wait for Councilman Evans to get his treat.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
good job. Thank you, I so appreciate it.
No. When they're friends.
The one that was on the table, it had some soccer stuff in there. So this, yeah, so that one replaces the one.
Great job again, Tony.
Thank you, thank you. And I feel like I'm into the Olympics. The Olympics.
It's the same feeling, man.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Here.
Councilman Evans,
Here.
Councilwoman Bore, Councilman Roberts,
Here.
Councilwoman Jagger. Here. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a motion to amend the agenda to remove approval of the minutes for August 11, 2025, August 12, 2025, August 18, 2025, and August 28, 2025. They haven't been typed up yet, so we can either do it at the workshop or the next. Make a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes
And that's all four.
Yes, all four. So C is gonna stay on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended? Make a motion.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended? So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Second.
Second.
Oh,
Oh, second.
ayes have it. Citizen comments.
Doug Aiken,
Good evening, everybody. My name's Doug Aiken. I live on Augusta Avenue, right across the street. And I drive by the fountain a couple times a day. And it's so nice to see that working again. You know, water has this healing feature to it. And I can think of one word: rejuvenation. I know it's a simple thing, just to have a, of course it wasn't that simple for Marty to fix it and his group. Thank you very much, by the way.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's just a wonderful thing to have, and it makes Normandy look pretty nice. And I chose to move here 30-some years ago, and I chose this place, and I'm glad I did. There's another issue I was gonna ask you about. Has anybody come to you regarding the deer population?
And Norman?
Well, in Normandy, I help manage the community garden, and my bean crop was wiped out. A number of other gardeners have had their crops chewed to the ground, basically. So, I'm just wondering, I haven't researched it as far as the county goes, and if the city has to initiate it, but is there some way we can talk about this issue, because there are more deer, every year there'll be more deer. And I don't wanna hurt them, but I'd rather not see them, rather not have them here. So, I'll be back to you with that later on. And then the last thing was, when you hear the word historic preservation, what comes to your mind? Is it something like government overreach, telling you what kind of windows you can have in your house, or the color of your trim, or whatever? Or is it something different? Maybe like a way to build community, or a way to create jobs? Well, 2 weeks from today, at 5:30, we're gonna have a kickoff meeting, a workshop, basically, on historic preservation. And I don't know exactly how you're gonna do it, but you're gonna get the presentation before that meeting, hopefully this week, so you'll have time to look at it. We hired a consultant, with your help, your financial help. She's from Florida. She's coming into town to lead that meeting. It's September 22nd, I think, Tuesday, 5:30. And hopefully it'll catch on. Hopefully there'll be some interest generated in preservation, and see how important it can be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Moore? Ms. Moore, you have the floor.
Uh-oh. Hear me? Can you all hear me? Sorry about that. Hello, good evening, everybody, and happy September. Sorry I couldn't make it in today. Just wanted to echo the sentiments that I believe Doug just made about the fountain working on Natural Bridge. I also see that some of the weeds have been tended to, and that really does make the Natural Bridge corridor look much better. But about a month ago, I sent an email because Natural Bridge isn't the only corridor in Normandy, even though many people feel that it is. Another major fairway is Bermuda Road, right off of the highway. And MoDOT intermittently cuts the grass off the highway. Beforehand, whenever they wouldn't or they didn't do it satisfactory, our public work director would go in and clean up and make sure everything was okay over there. And I sent an email about a month ago because though they cut the grass, there are 5-foot weeds all around the perimeter of the highway. And not only is that unsightly, we have to care for our area if we expect other people to. And because it looks like we don't care, you have people that are coming through off of Highway 70, throwing trash and debris, and that kind of stays. So I just want to remind everyone, Normandy is not just Ward 3 and Ward 4 off of Natural Bridge. We need to tend to the major fairways. It'd be really important. And the seasons are about to change. It's really important to go ahead and knock that down. So if you all can't contact MoDOT and encourage them to do their job, they're right off the highway. I'm surprised that they're okay with that. If our guys can take care of that, it'd be greatly appreciated. I see we just had the Redbird rookies here, and I appreciate that. But if every council member would put forth 1/8 of the energy that goes into the Redbird rookies, our whole city will be better. So helping children is great, but we're on the council to work for the people, and the people need to not drive through what looks like the wilderness. Only other comment is that we have intermittent weather coming up, and I know we have a new director. I just want to advise everyone on the council and him, please be proactive. Don't wait until we have a horrible storm. Begin to prepare, make action plans, and figure out how to, if you don't know, how to clear driveways without blocking in our residents when you do it. We have many older, senior, elderly residents, and we don't want to continue to put their health at risk the way we did last year. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Terry Gannon?
Terry Gannon, 7620 Augusta. Thank you for calling me. I forgot, I didn't sign in. So, remember last time when I was here and I talked about the event that they were gonna have over at, yeah, St. Peter's Cemetery? Well, I got an email from Doris today, she's the one that's been organizing all this. They have to cancel it because she's been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks and she's got sepsis. So say some prayers for her because that is some serious stuff. So they're gonna postpone it, so hang on to the proclamation. You get the day off, Yolanda, you don't have to say anything. So, yeah, so talk about historic preservation. So that one's canceled, so. All from here.
Okay. So Terry,
Yeah.
did you have the monument up already?
No, they're still fundraising for that, but the guy who's designing the monument was gonna be there. And they have pictures of what it's gonna be and everything.
Okay.
So, but they are making arrangements for that Underground Railroad sign. That has to be on Lucas and Hunt. It can't be in the cemetery. So I don't know where that's at, but, do you? No, okay. So they're working on that, but I mean, the actual ceremony is gonna be canceled. So if you told anybody about it or invited anybody, you know, and I'm gonna post it on Nextdoor and all that stuff that it's been canceled, so. But it will be rescheduled.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll be praying for it. Anybody else?
Not on the list if there's anyone else that would like to comment.
Just. The TDD has passed and there is a meeting. I just want to keep you guys abreast of it. It's gonna be September 22nd at 5:30 at Beyond Housing. That meeting we basically will talk about the adoption of the bylaws, officers, administrator, and articles of incorporation. So all of those things will happen then. The taxes will start to incur for that TDD fund in January 1st of 2026. So that will be a very important day. The organizational documents need to be submitted to the state by September 30th. So that's what we'll be doing that. So I wanted to give everybody an update on that. That's all I have. Steve?
I'd like to give props to the police. They've been doing a lot better patrolling. I've actually had people calling me, telling me they're seeing the police now. And it's not like it, quote, used to be, but at least it's an improvement to them. So that's a good thing. I actually seen them shoot radar today on Bermuda Road by the school zone. My question is, we've made that school zone a double fine zone. Did we ever get those signs in from St. Louis County? I didn't see them. I may have missed them, but I didn't see them posted yet. The only reason why it was brought up to me is I happened to see the police there shooting radar this morning, so I didn't know if that would cause a problem. But that's all I have.
Thank you. I don't have anything.
You have your
Oh. The subcommittee meeting for the code enforcement, we're gonna do a tour next Wednesday at 5:30. And it's only for the people on the committee, which is the 4 people from each board. Myself and Vicki and the new city administrator and the mayor. So we're excited about that. They're gonna look and see they can see what we talk about when we come to these meetings, and they can also make some suggestions when they come back in October for the meeting when we're really gonna do a deep dive into the codes on that, starting in October. Thank you.
I just got a few things. Bishop Johnson Lane, coming off Bermuda Road. It needs at least a temporary yellow stripe down the center of the street, because when you coming down the street, coming from Bermuda, coming up that hill. It's kind of blind, you can't really see over the hill. And then I almost had a head-on collision the other day because the cars was driving on the wrong side of the street because there's no division. So if there's some kind of way we can get a temporary yellow stripe to go down that Miller Bishop Johnson down to Horizon, that'd be helpful because a lot of people don't realize that they're over the line and then they can't see when they're coming over that hill and somebody coming up that hill. Like I said, I almost had a head-on collision, so some kind of way get a temporary yellow stripe or something to help. I got 2 homes on Dunbar that really need to be addressed. One for grass that needs to be cut, and for occupancy permit, and then another one for just general maintenance on the house. Also, I want to get an update on the property at Skyview. We talked about it a couple of months ago about occupancy permits being updated. I know we had talked about that house not being, or the house didn't have an occupancy permit, so I haven't heard anything back on that. We had Shakespeare in the Park Friday night. It was a great turnout. We had maybe at least close to 70, 80 people out there. It was a nice, beautiful night. It was a nice play. And we had a few sponsors as well from the community. So it was a great turnout. I mean, we want to try to get more people to come out and support these events that we're sponsoring. The next event we're having is the Jazz Festival, Jazz Concert. That's on October 5th from 4 to 7. So hopefully we can get some more people to come out for that as well. I think that's all I have.
Is that the National Night Out?
Also, yeah, the National Night Out, police is gonna have National Night Out the same night as the Jazz Festival, before the Jazz Festival. So we're gonna have a National Night Out as well as the Jazz Festival all in the same evening. So
Is it on Sunday?
No, it's on Saturday,
On
the
Saturday.
first Saturday of October.
the 5th,
Isn't that the 4th?
Yeah, I think it's the
4th or the 5th? I thought it was the 5th.
4th.
Sisters
Is it the 4th?
Yes, the 4th.
I'm sorry, the 4th, October 4th.
Can you, send an email to Rick, Marty, and Marty with your list that you had, so we can.
Okay, I can do that.
Can I make a quick comment about the Jazz Festival?
Sure.
I'm sorry if I sound like horrible, guys. I'm in the car, but just really quick. Last week I was in town and I spoke to the manager of the library and of the post office right here on Natural Bridge, just in talking because I see them often. And I told them about the Jazz Festival and they were so excited. I told them about how good the turnout was last year and they really want to be involved in the community, but you know, they can't come to these meetings. So I just wanted to say, can someone make sure that managers or that somebody is alerted at our local businesses up and down Natural Bridge, because they can let other people in the community know that may not come to these events. And seriously, especially the manager of the post office, she was so excited about this. So I can share her name and there's a secret number to call the post office. But if you guys want to drop off information there, they'd really be a great community partner and they're really excited about what we have going on in the city.
Thank you. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I want to thank Chief Sanders. She came through Ward 2 last week with about 30 citations, those big orange stickers, and she went through the whole neighborhood posting them on cars. Most of those cars are gone now. Last one was moved today. So I just want to give her the police department some kudos.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think what I've been noticing, I don't know if it's just within our little village, but just the revving up of engines and speeding down the street. I don't know if you've been hearing that recently. I don't know if it's because of summer thing, a lot of Hemis and Chargers out there, but it's becoming somewhat of a nuisance, you know. And it's so crazy because we have about 4 or 5 speed bumps on our street, and you can still hear them just kind of speed down the street or rev up there. They're like revving up the engine. for like a good 10 minutes. You know?
Definitely call when you hit it. It lasts that long?
I mean, sometimes it
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you can hear it and I can hear it, we don't even live that close
Yeah,
to each other.
you know the house.
It's a certain individual that drives a Challenger, and I don't know if it's
The red
more.
one?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's.
Shoot you the email.
Okay.
Point it out, yeah.
Okay.
Let her know, sort it out. And then, do you know what time it usually happens?
It was like this past weekend. You could hear like
Just
on,
doesn't
on a
matter what
Sunday.
time.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
usually she'll tell the sergeant on duty, like, keep an eye out, and
Mhm.
everything when they go around, yeah.
Okay.
Send it time, and then she'll contact the sergeant on duty.
All right. That was just the kind of biggest concern
Okay.
I noticed. I'll reach out to Chief Sanders.
Councilwoman Bailey?
Yeah, a couple of things. Thank you, Marty, Marty Nuss, for the trim up along the fence line as St. Andrews turns into Henderson, and the shaping up of those trees down there. It looks good. I know we talked about the park, and you haven't gotten to that yet, so hopefully before it gets cold, we can get it at least cleaned up and get ready for spring. Let's see, I had a question about, because leaves are starting to fall. Do we have the leaf back, or are we gonna be dealing with the leaf back this year at all?
I'll let Marty talk about that.
As of right now, we're not anticipating a leaf program from a leaf back standpoint. The leaf program is, your leaves are to be bagged, and Waste Management will pick them up as part of their program.
Can you tell everybody about the issue with the hauling it and what was happening?
With the what?
Hauling it and what was happening?
Yeah, the leaf bag, because of the size of it, we don't have a piece of equipment that will do a good job of hauling that. And on a flat piece of road, it's one thing, but when you get to Ellington and Dartmoor, the hills and stuff, not only is it a problem going up, but the other problem is going down. Because, you're constantly moving at a snail's pace, and constantly trying to keep that thing stopped anywhere in those hills is a safety issue. Not only for the people operating it, but for anybody that would be around that truck. And we also have a number of personnel issue, as in we don't have enough people to safely operate that program, because it takes 4 people to run that, and there's only 3 in the public works department.
I hear you. I think we do need to let people know throughout the city what's going on with that, because they're gonna start asking. So if we can just be proactive with getting the word out that people aren't going to need to bag their leaves and put them out at the curb for Waste Management, and remind them about the bag limits for Waste Management. I think would be a good message to send out soon.
Yeah, we can put that on the website as a banner. It's in the, what did you say?
Yeah, I think the bag limit is 8 per
I think it's
household.
12. Yeah, it might be 12.
Yeah.
But I know like last year when we had when we did it, I asked Will, this was before the new Marty was here. He said that they didn't really have a lot, so like people were pretty much bagging them as they go, for
Right.
everything. But we could put it on the website like as a banner, just make sure that you set it on the curb for Waste Management, and everything, because the leaves are stuff, especially, in our, a lot of trees.
Yeah, we have a lot of
I'm
trees.
sorry, Mary Yolanda, can I say something really important about Ward 3 in that?
But I'm gonna let you say that at the end with citizen comments. We need to move on.
Okay, all right, because it was about this. Okay, all right.
We got another one at the end.
How do I?
Oh, and the other question I have, I know we've got on the agenda the demolition of the one house over in, I think it's Ward 2, but the Ward 4 houses are now, I just need an update on that, what's going on?
That's the resolution for equitable homes. The one that you guys have, that's gonna be through CBDG.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
so Marty can give us an update on it.
Oh,
Okay.
I will be giving an update on that. Now, Marty, today?
I'm sorry, say that.
I said I'll be giving an update on that.
Oh, okay, so you can, That's gonna be part of your.
Yes, part of my report, that's part of
Okay, great, thank you. No other things.
City Administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I just wanna, say hello to everybody, being a new guy here. So after tonight, I will definitely be getting my email and my phone number, so you can be able to contact me and reach me, if you have any questions or concerns. This is my second week here. My first week really has been about a meeting with staff and figuring out how the operations are going. Myself and Marty have been looking at the budget and obviously the audit from the previous year. So we can be talking about what kind of improvements we want to make going forward. So a few things I've done just this week also is met with a few individuals. I did meet with Sophia Ballard. She's with the CDBG, she's a specialist. And we did discuss the demolition of the two properties you mentioned. That will be under the 2024 allocation. And what it is, actually, no, sorry, that is under the 2023 allocation. And that has already been approved. And so all we need to do now is to go out to bid. So that's where we are. So she will be sending me a template, and I'll have Andy look at the template and we can draft a bid packet to put out there, and I'll give you a date. So when we do select the vendor in terms of the demolition company to tear down those houses, we will let you know.
Have we cleared it with SHPO yet, the State Historic Preservation?
We have not yet.
Yeah.
But I would assume that we will do that in the process.
I think just, I mean, I drove past and looked at them today, and the look, I think just some really good pictures to them would be sufficient. And I'll pull out my old notes, because I've had that conversation with the state before about those houses, and I see if I can pull out some old emails and get you some information.
Yes, yes. And then with the 24 allocation, which is about 132,000, which was for street improvements. With that, what the issue is that we had the previous selected streets that we had picked. We decided that we would be changing the streets, choosing another street. So because of that, we would have to do another public hearing because we're making changes to that agreement. So I'll be coming back to the council with that on a later date. Also this week I met with Brian Kugler, obviously as part of the resolutions tonight that you will be seeing. That is for the demolition of the one property that they will be doing as a nonprofit. That is the Community Impact Network that will be taking care of that. One thing, I did have a robust conversation with him, and I could definitely tell you that they do a whole lot more that I believe that the city can actually benefit from. And so what I'm anticipating doing is having them come to one of our meetings to talk about all the things they do. And then, so I'll also make suggestions on what I believe that we can take advantage of as partners with them. So.
Did you say that was Brian Kruger?
Brian Kugler, yes.
Kugler. K-U-G-E-R.
Yeah. Anybody ask questions?
No, I said, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you. Is she there? Is she on? She's on Zoom. Chief? Can she hear me?
Her report was included in the.
And I know she hasn't.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. I was trying to unmute myself.
You got your report, but is there anything you need to add or anything, or no, you're good?
I have nothing additional to add.
Thank you. City treasurer.
She must be on the phone.
No, she's on. All right, thanks.
Good evening to Mayor, the council persons, the staff, residents. My name is Charles Ellis. I am the treasurer for the city of Normandy, and I received a email from the city clerk yesterday in regards to the report, so thank you for providing that report. And I have prepared a narrative for the financial report that was prepared for July 2025. Again, we are, we are 10 months into the fiscal year at this point. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and go into the narrative. So part 1, section A, summary of the income statement. For the month of July, the city recorded a net deficit of $21,000. That's for revenues of $340,000 compared to expenditures of $361,000. Due to that result, the city realized an overall net deficit for the fiscal year to date of $294,000. That's for revenues of $3.319 million versus expenditures of $3.613 million. Part 1, section B, the summary of the general fund balance. Taken directly from the financial report. The general fund unrestricted cash balance as of July 31st is $961,000. The Village of Glen Echo Park project balance as of July 31st, $74,000. The amounts due to the general fund from other funds, $165,000. And amounts due from the general fund to other funds, $10,000, thus resulting in a unrestricted general fund balance of $1,189,000. Next, the portion that is restricted, the drug task force balance as of July 31st is $103,000. And the amount restricted at Simmons Bank is $633,000. That results in a total restricted amount of $736,000. Next, part 1, section C, income from the general fund. Ideally, the percentage of budget remaining for income at fiscal year to date should be at or below 16.7%, which would indicate that the amount of actual income was either the same or more than the budget amount of income. Unfortunately, the city fell short of the budget amount for income for fiscal year to date by less than $298,000. Or 6.8% of the total budget amount. Part 1, section D, expenditures by department, general fund. Conversely, the percentage of budget remaining for expenditures of fiscal year to date should be at or above 16.7%, which would indicate that the amount of actual expenditures was either the same or less than the budget amount of expenditures. Fortunately, the city did spend less than it had budgeted for fiscal year to date by $4,025, or 0.1% of the total budget amount. And then I generally note the departments that had fared better than the 16.7 versus those that had not. So if you look at the percent of budget remaining on the report, you will see that the park and police departments are above 16.7%, whereas the other four, administration, court, prosecuting attorney, and public works, are all below 16.7%. But again, overall, the amount of expenditures is above 16.7, and that's good. But again, definitely need to do a little revisit with regard to the income, with 2 months remaining.
Kiana, can you refresh our memory? What is, for other taxes, what does that include?
Are you looking at section C?
For the park,
income?
yeah,
Okay, other taxes would be your motor vehicle tax, your, motor vehicle tax, cigarette tax, those are the additional taxes that are not related to utilities or property taxes. Does that answer your question?
yeah, it does. And, yeah, that was my only question. Any other questions? We got 2 more months to go on this?
Yes.
Yes. Can I get a motion to, adopt the, what is it?
July.
July financial report.
So moved.
All in favor? Okay. Oh, sorry, a second. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
We have no old business. We do have new business. I don't, so the budget, Council Bill number 25-15, ordinance of the City of Normandy adopting a fiscal year 2026 budget of the City of Normandy. Can I get a motion to, can I get a first, I'm sorry, for Council Bill number 25-15?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
What are we doing?
We're just reading it
Yeah,
into
second,
the record.
first reading.
First, this is the first reading.
Second. Did you say?
I think,
Okay.
all in favor? So when we go through, I don't know if, one of the things that I wanted to note on the first page is that where it says assistant, administrative assistant. That, you guys probably noticed, that changed from a half to 1 on the first page. First page. Where it says City of Normandy 7. Go back. Keep going.
That's
Keep
it.
going.
Keep going. Yeah, it's just.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it there? Or not?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Keep going. No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's after that blank page.
Yeah,
Yeah. There.
right there.
Right. So that went from a half, the half represented our part-time city clerk that we have, so this will be an addition.
So it's supposed to be a full-time person?
Yeah, that we were budgeting for. So, and this is just a draft, okay? We still don't have the department heads parts. We're expecting to have that by Friday, and everything. So, does anyone have any questions or suggestions? I know people, I've been looking at it like crazy. If I don't wanna go through and,
So this will be a new hire, right? Somebody who's not here right now. So it'll be a search for that person.
so this will be an additional clerk, yes.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Okay. So for public works under the building inspector and code enforcement, we're not gonna try to get an additional one?
We haven't not mortgage. We can certainly factor that in and put it in with the draft. And everything when Marty does his, he can add that information. So that's something that we can add.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want that added?
Additional code enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would that be part-time, full-time, or what?
It's up to us to decide. It goes by the budget. So we could see how much it is for part-time, see how much it is for full-time. And we'll work it out. In my mind, what I thought was, we would do a part-time person, and that person could be dedicated to the apartments. And that would alleviate some of the some of the code enforcement that we would, alleviate some of the, like the residential part, cause then that person would only do the apartment buildings. The apartment buildings are, we have a lot of them.
So they just do the inspections?
That's just to suggest, that's what I would
I'm
like.
just asking, you just mean like
Yeah,
for inspection?
so we need an apartment inspector, that would be, and then we charge right now, I wanna say, Marty, correct me if I'm wrong, is it 150 for an inspection? 125. 125, so.
No,
Just a 75.
How much is it?
what is it?
It's 110.
110? Okay, so what we would wanna do, and we could talk to our new city administrator about this. Ideally, what you would wanna do is have that pay for itself. So that cost would pay for the person, and everything. That would be ideal for us to do. So, and also, correct me if I'm wrong, cause I can't remember who I asked sitting at that table over there about raising the fees. Okay,
Me.
tell me what you, okay.
I mean, in short of it, without going through the whole Hancock Amendment thing that we've talked about several times, right? There are certain permit fees that we can raise without having to go to a vote if the fees are, if they correspond to actual costs incurred by the city to perform the service, right? So your inspection fees are a very clear example of that, right? Someone's got to go do the inspection. The city has to pay that person to do the inspection. The inspection fee should cover that cost, right? So I have discussed with Mayor, and we can revisit this discussion, which of our current fees, permit fees and inspection fees that we could probably stand to increase, and that'll be brought to a workshop soon to discuss basically what we need to find out is what are the costs that we are actually incurring to perform these services, and what do we need to increase the fee to cover those services. So that, stay tuned for that, but that'll be a good way to shore up some of the costs of these services.
Thank you.
I have a question about the clerk's position and how much support that might, you know, we don't have a housing clerk, so if we got an additional whole human being, would that person be doing any of the work of housing clerk?
Would that be something that you would see like in the future?
Housing clerk?
So,
Go ahead.
okay, half of that person's duties would also be issuing occupancy permits, collecting money for inspections. So yes, it would be both, you know, it's gonna be happening, or that person is gonna be placed in the administration office. So the administration office performs all the housing clerk functions, and they wouldn't be specifically only for housing clerk duties. It would be
Right.
split duties, yes. Does that answer your question?
So those people would be cross-trained, the clerks would be.
It's an administrative assistant position.
Yeah, administrative assistant would be trained in all the various areas that we need support in.
Of course.
Now, when we're looking at this public works position, this additional, we're looking for one FTE, right?
Where,
I think it's what
where are you?
Public Works,
Public Works.
there was just a suggestion of adding another person to public.
Oh, for the inspector? Yeah, okay.
So we're talking about a full-time position there or a half-time position?
Halftime.
Half-time, okay.
I mean, the suggestion you made, which is about them paying for their time, what it could be is they specifically only do inspections. And so we're now calculating how much that is, and then obviously coming up with an amount for them in terms of them being part-time. And then, so the current code enforcement can just focus primarily on code enforcement. That's another way you can approach it. Also, the way Mayor has approached it, which is with them him focusing on specific buildings, you know, or areas. We could also do that way.
Is there a way where we can actually, instead of coming out of the budget for us doing code enforcement, could we like, I don't know, subcontract somebody or have somebody work for the city, and they cover their own costs by the charges or the fees they collect for doing the inspection.
So you mean like a business?
Yeah.
Prorated amount or something like
Yeah.
that.
The only problem when I've talked to people about code enforcement about that, and you, this is what I heard when I've talked to people, like the suggestion of like, let's use St. Louis County, or let's use this business or whatever. I haven't heard like really great things about like the communication, and everything, like the thoroughness of it. So if that's something that we would wanna do, we'd have to also like look at the price of it, because what we don't want is somebody to just come in and come out and send us a bill and we don't know that it was done, you know?
Yeah, it's about the accountability issue,
Yeah,
like,
right.
you know, they don't feel like they work for us, so personally, so we can't really control what they do.
Right. So we would want somebody in-house where we could say like, you know, this is the problem here, or like, what did you see and everything, and they basically report specifically to us, so.
Yeah.
We ran into that problem when we were Glen Echo Park and we contracted with the county. They'd come, they'd say, oh no, I'm not gonna do that one. And they wouldn't really give you any good explanation about what, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. When we contracted for what we thought was an inspection.
But that's what I've heard, like, I've heard that,
Communication issue.
I've heard that all around. I've asked other mayors and other code enforcement people. What were you gonna say?
And I've had experience with them where they don't do a thorough inspection. I mean, my opinion, they come in, take a look, oh yeah, it's all new, okay, pass. But you're not checking it, you know what I mean? And I've had that happen to me twice, where they just came in, looked around, oh, okay, new, there you go.
I'll just figure out some kind of way we can get good code enforcement without spending too much money. So I know
I
our
think if
budget's
we
kinda
have,
tight.
make sure that we price our fees so that, I mean,
To cover the cost.
we're covering the cost, and then also, we're vetting the person. We have Nuss and, you know, and, Rick, and they can vet the person.
Yeah, there's a lot
Interview.
of-
They know what they're doing, you know.
There's
I
a
trust
lot of
their
good guys
expertise.
out here.
We got, you know, Sagan now and everything. I think that would be good, that would be good enough.
Cause there's a lot of good guys and women out here, I mean.
And some people are retired, they don't wanna work the whole
They
time.
just wanna work
But they just wanna
part-time.
work when they wanna work, right? They're retired, they have the experience, and they don't wanna work 40 hours, you know, they just wanna they wanna work when they wanna work.
Up there at Social Security.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, so. Any other comments on that part? If you notice, on the budget also, when we go to page, I don't know what page number this is. The second page where it talks about the, general fund, Marty did decrease the projections for court.
You know what page you're on again?
I'm on the next page after that page. I don't know the number.
The general fund budget.
It just says general fund budget, year end, ending in, and it has revenue, utilities, sales tax, other tax, license, permits.
Okay.
But I just wanted everybody to note that the projection is 165. At the bottom, all the way at the bottom.
So,
167?
okay.
I'm just talking about the fines and penalties, but yeah, whole thing is 167. I wasn't talking about the police train. I was just talking about the 220 to
For
165.
the fines and
Yeah,
the court.
yeah, so that's how much we get paid for all of our fines. I'm sorry.
We're just trying to make sure we're following
I'm
along.
talking about just this part right here.
This one, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, people don't pay their fines, you know, they don't pay their tickets. So we have to take the brunt of it. So that adjustment was made. I don't know if anybody had any questions about that. Cause we have consistently come in a little bit, I think we overinflated court, so I think this will take care of that. Any questions on this page?
May I just chime in real quick on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think just historically, a lot of cities are still doing this, right? I mean, just historically, municipal courts have brought in a lot more revenues than they have in the last couple of years, and that's still an adjustment that a lot of municipalities are making to really get those court revenues accurate. Part of it is, again, yeah, people don't show up and they don't pay their fines, right? Part of it is the restrictions on what kind of fines can be assessed in municipal court, right? So when people are pleading on minor traffic violations, which is most things in municipal court, right? There are pretty strict limits on what kind of fines can be assessed, and all of that serves to just really limit the kind of revenues that can be brought in on municipal court. Again, municipal court is it's a court, right? And we're seeking justice for the people who are, violating our ordinances and making sure that they pay the appropriate fines. It's not a revenue stream necessarily. So, but that's, again, I just wanted to say that that's what I think is happening when there's been a historical over allocation of revenues to that budget line item.
Is this an enforcement issue?
I don't believe it's an enforcement issue. You mean in terms of like tickets being written by
Well,
PD
I
or?
mean, just, I know in the old days, and people got in trouble for it, there were warrants for people who didn't pay fines and that sort of stuff. Is that illegal now?
So it's not that issuing warrants are illegal. Well, if they don't pay their fines, it's not that it's illegal, it's just not used very often. So in the Normandy Municipal Court, really in all the muni courts that I prosecute in, warrants are really only issued for people who don't show up for their trial, right? If they set their matter for trial, they don't show up, then a warrant's issued. If people aren't showing up to their regular docket just for an arraignment, or if they do show up, they get some sort of amendment, they plead, they get a fine, but they don't pay the fine. What Normandy does is put a hold on their license. So we get a lot of people who come, 3, 4, 5 years after the fact, when they need to go renew their license at Department of Revenue. Department of Revenue says, we're not renewing your license until you go pay your fines. And then they come and they pay their fines, right? So it's, obviously there's a delay there, right? But I have been seeing a lot of, I'm a prosecutor, right? And I was just prosecuting court today. I see a lot of people coming in and paying. I mean, we are capturing a lot of revenue from older tickets that way, stuff from 2015, 16, 17, right? So that is helping, that it captures those older tickets. It's really a game of whack-a-mole, and I don't know if anyone has really solved the problem yet of making sure that everyone comes to muni court. The other issue is, even if you do issue warrants, in my experience, police departments all over St. Louis County, they'll pull you over, they'll say, hey, you have a warrant out of Normandy Municipal Court. You should go to court and take care of that. Bye, right? And they're just not arresting people on municipal court warrants. And again, part of that, I'll just tell you a little story about when I was prosecuting in St. Louis County Municipal Court. The most egregious, this is the old ways of doing things, the most egregious warrant I ever saw was someone brought in for failing to appear on a ticket for fishing without a license. So obviously that's the most extreme example of getting arrested for fishing without a license, but that is an example of the things that police and municipal courts have really moved away from, and as a result, people who otherwise, there are always going to be those people who see that, oh, we're not getting picked up on warrants anymore, well, I'm never going to go to court. And, what do you do with those people?
What about a case where somebody's a repeat offender? I mean, I'm thinking about like a moving traffic violation.
Sure.
And they get it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And you see them, or you see their name showing up, this person just refuses to stop speeding down the street. And do we have any options for taking care of that kind of stuff?
What do I do as a prosecutor? After a while, I will refuse to amend their tickets and make them take points, right, on their license. which is what everyone wants to avoid. In my experience, people would rather pay money than take points on their license, or I'll put them on probation, right? And require some sort of like follow-up, right? I will say I do notice, like, it happens. There are people that come through and I'll say, oh, I remember you, right? Or I'll enter a name into CaseNet and it auto-populates, right? That's a good indicator that I've talked to someone before, right? And so there are ways that I keep track of those, yeah.
Okay.
Repeat offenders.
Any other questions? I had a question about 1044 on the next page. Miscellaneous income. Is that projection, correct me if I'm wrong, the 24.5 on that line, did that include the parking lot across the street?
No.
It didn't, oh, okay. What's the miscellaneous income? Detail?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I'm not the one.
Is Chief on?
I'm sorry?
Can you ask the chief? I think she's still on.
No, this is for office.
It's for the
Oh,
miscellaneous.
office. I thought you were talking about.
Yes.
What's the source of, and what is the miscellaneous income line 10-444? There's a substantial increase, right?
I thought it was the parking lot across the street where Sam rented it to those, but I was like, that can't.
I don't remember, I don't recall that.
10-444.
It could be.
22,000.
It seemed to increase.
Is that 22,000?
No, it's
Is that
22,000.
for money for the pool? On the, because Sam and I worked to get the city in the pool.
I cannot tell you what that actually is, but it's revenue that the city has been collecting.
Cause it jumped, I wanna say, this is what I remember, and this is what I remember. I remember that when they were doing the construction on the USDA building, we rented the parking lot. But I can't remember, I think it was like 800 a month?
No.
Or something, well, how much was it?
1,500.
1,500 a month, and I thought that was the miscellaneous part, but I guess not, no?
It may be, but I don't recall what that line item.
Let's see if we can get an answer for that by workshop, because I can't remember. I want to say that's why the jump went from 2,300 to 2,400.
I have a refresh my memory, but I know that there's a specific reason why
Yeah.
it's in the budget. This year was 24,500.
I think it was I thought it was the parking lot across the street.
For $24,000?
Yes, but that was.
They rented it for a whole year when they were doing the construction, but I can't remember. I thought it was the miscellaneous part.
1,500.
But we have a proposed budget of 22,000. Someone's still gonna use it?
Well, that's what I was wondering, if that was still being factored in. If
Let
that-
us follow up with you
Yeah.
because there
I just,
are some miscellaneous office items that do come to the city.
yeah, because this is
but-
an income, and I was like, what
Yes.
do we, yeah.
Yes.
The other one, Chief could answer this one then. Chief, can you hear me?
I can answer your question.
Oh, the drug asset forfeitures.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were gonna ask miscellaneous.
Chief!
Yes, ma'am.
Can you answer my question about the drug asset forfeitures?
Yes, ma'am.
It went from 31 to 5. Is that, can you tell us why the huge drop?
You said it went from 31,000 to what?
5,000. This is the projected, it's 5,000. It's line 10, I don't know, do you have this in front of you? It's line item 10-420D.
I do not have it in front of me, but is this anticipated revenues?
Yes.
Anticipated revenues are anything that's in the queue right now. So the only time money goes into the drug asset forfeiture account is if there's a large seizure, and then that seizure is broken out amongst all the DEA teams that are in the area. And so if they're anticipating $5,000, it could always be more, it could always be less, but it's whatever the seizure amounts that come in from the seizures. And there's a large process, a very robust process that we have to go through with the asset forfeiture sharing program where it takes a while. Those cases have to completely clear before the funds are actually deposited. And so we have right now roughly about $19,000 sitting in the forfeiture account that we're waiting. But I mean, you know, it's unpredictable when it's coming in. So I'm not sure why it depicts that there's $5,000 coming in. It could always be more, it could be less, but we're kind of at the mercy of the DEA when those funds are released after those cases are cleared. And then the program we're on, we share that money. So if they see something that's worth $10 million, it's broken out across all of the DEA teams in the St. Louis region and all of the police departments that have officers that are assigned to the DEA as task force officers. So we usually know what our portion is. And like I said, we have lots of money sitting in there that we're waiting to drop, but those cases have to be disposed of first.
So just in terms of, I find it hilarious that it's 420. In terms of like the projections, the assets the projection went from 31 to 5, and then the DEA reimbursement, the projection is it went from 19 to 35. Can you just check on that and make sure?
DEA reimbursement.
Yes, and
I made that projection.
The-
I can answer the question.
Oh, go ahead, Marty.
If I remember right, so far we've received nothing this year from the DEA, at least it doesn't show up in the report.
Okay.
I put $5,000 in there as a placeholder. If we get more money, that's fine, but I've got to base the projection on what the revenue shows me this year.
Okay. So it's not something that we're doing, that's just a placeholder.
no. And I can show you in the asset forfeiture account, if you have a day where you stop in the office, I can show you all of the cases that are sitting in the queue that are pending that we're anticipating funds for, but when they'll be released, we just don't know.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions? Don't even look at it.
There, I have a question about, this is on the pay, well, it doesn't have a.
What's the account number?
The account number, it's 10. Sorry, no, I don't see it. Okay, 10,581.
10,581. Computer software.
Right. So it looks like some big money was spent in 23, 24, less in 25. So what was the difference? I mean, why, was there an initial purchase in those earlier years of like system software or something?
Mayor,
I can't remember.
Marty?
Was it new service that was?
That's your question.
It could have been, was it it could have been Microsoft, it could have been licenses.
do you want Marty to answer?
Yeah, go
or
ahead,
do you want
Marty.
me to answer?
Can you repeat the question?
I can't. On 10-581, the 43 to 20, she was asking about that. What was that for?
10,580 equipment maintenance.
No, computer
Below
software
it.
support.
$581.
Right next, below it.
We have got to buy some new software, and we got to buy some new computers, because I've got to go back and look to be exact. I think I had to replace 12 computers. Those say will expire October 26. Microsoft will no longer support Windows 10. We cannot allow that to happen, especially with the police department having to have CJIS requirements. So part of that is new software and equipment, so that we can stay up to date with what we're required to do to meet security requirements. Because the computers that have Windows 10, will they still operate? Yes. Will you have malware support? Will you have virus support? Things of that nature? No. Will they meet CJIS requirements, which is a requirement for the police department? The answer is no.
So the proposed budget is 21,000?
You can, my estimate to replace a computer is about $1,000.
So it might be higher than that if you've gotta do both hardware and software.
I don't disagree, but I do believe 21,000 will cover our needs for the upcoming year.
Also, I mean, she just, go ahead.
Okay, so that line item also includes our Adobe software that we pay for, things like that, our accounting software, so that's also listed within that line item.
So that's a reoccurring software that you pay every year. So, yes.
Licenses.
Licenses, yes.
And the software that we have, we've got the Microsoft Suite, the Enterprise.
We've actually this year have outright purchased the licenses.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So this is actually just, our monthly subscription to Adobe Pro, what else, what can I give an example? QuickBooks, I'm sorry, I'm pulling away, it's been a very long day. But that's a really good example of what consists of that line item.
So what's the difference? Why was it so much earlier in 2024, and then now we're going down to this amount?
I would say that would be around the time that the transition from just regular Microsoft to Microsoft 365.
Might have been just the computer. I know we purchased some computers.
We did
too.
purchase some
And we
towers, but
purchased some-
I'm not confident it came out of that line item. I think
Yeah.
it would have come out of the capital improvement fund.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Right.
So let's, where is it?
In that same thing, building maintenance, 583? 10,583. That's a much lower amount.
What part are you on? 583?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So in 2023, I don't know if you remember, but we had to purchase a new AC unit for the
Right.
building, and that's why it was 13,000 in 2023, and it has consistently gone down over the years. That line item, it relates to just the upkeep and maintenance of City Hall.
How's our roof?
I think you all received a facilities assessment a few months ago, and that is the current state of it. I couldn't tell you.
Is the,
Off the top of my head.
it's not that great.
It's not that great.
It's not that great. Is the cleaning company, estimate? Any good?
I had some direction, and it is not included in the budget.
Okay. Anybody else? It's a tight budget.
What's the rental equipment?
That would be our copier leases, postage meter, that's what goes into that line item.
Also, I think, I wouldn't say a concern, but the professional fees,
Well, what number is that?
that is 513, 10513.
513.
Yeah, we had 19,000 for this year and
Oh,
budgeted
yeah.
49.5 for next year, double.
Triple.
That's where the, historic preservation
Okay.
consultant would come out of.
For next? Was that on this year's? That's for next year's budget?
Yes, because her contract only went into effect about a month ago, and so she does progressive billing.
What else is in there?
Professional fees would be recruitment services, so it's sending someone to get their drug screen, that comes out of that line item.
Cause her fee was like 9,000, I believe, right?
Like 17.
Yeah, and that's like $30,000 increase. So 9 is gonna account for her. Marty, can you explain the professional fees, 10-513?
On which one?
10-513,
Give me the page. You can't.
it's not numbered.
Expenditures?
Yeah, expenditures.
It's, there's specifically, I think, professional fees, there's a $30,000 increase there.
You've got all of your professional fees there, you're paying for your accounting out of there. I have to go back and look to tell you what else comes out of there.
Well, the accounting is on 514A also. Is that the same?
Oh,
No, 514A.
514A.
oh, hey.
I know which one you're talking about.
Right.
All right, so here it shows that the
144, go ahead.
professional services, you have the strategic planning, which is about 10,000. And then you have other services and consulting, 9,000.
Okay.
And you have the historical preservation. Doesn't have a total here on it.
That's her, that's the 9, I think. Isn't that her? She's 9,000. Maybe she's 9,000.
Because remember they came back and said she wanted some more money.
Yeah, I think that should be adjusted. It should be adjusted because it shouldn't be that high. There's only about 3 items in there at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna have to adjust it.
I was talking, what did you
I
say?
need to take a look at
I'm
it.
sorry.
while I
Yeah, that's
read
fine,
it.
Marty. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's if we find those line items in there, but at the moment, it's only strategic planning, other services, other professional services, and the historic preservation. So that's it. And last year was 19, this year should be 10.
I can't remember.
Unless there was something else.
It's except if you're anticipating other professional services this
The
year coming
only
up.
other thing I could think of that we talked about was strategic planning, because we're done with SWT.
You know, you spent 42.2 in 23. You spent 47 in 24. The budget had 19 in 25.
Sorry.
I need to go back and look exactly, but the anomaly appears to be 2025 and not,
And not
the previous 2
26.
years.
Okay.
And I will also agree with Marty, because I know that we previously did not budget in 2025 for hiring an intern solutions or anything like that, and that came out of that line item, and so unfortunately, that line.
Okay, so the 40s is the norm.
Is the normal.
Okay. That's just an outlier. All right.
Anything else on this page?
Looking at the insurance,
Yeah, we already know about that.
549,
Yeah,
153 to 159.
Right, and then, yeah, we stuck.
I think all,
I think everybody's insurance.
everyone had it.
Everybody clearly got that one, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to remember this, that line item is found in every department, and it refers to our liability insurance, and that's kind of how it represents.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other parts?
One more thing, the nuisance abatement, the 10-413.
Did you go back?
Yeah, we did.
It was 10,000 last year, it's 5,000 this year.
That's a projection for next year, yeah.
That's the process for it, right?
Marty, he had a question about 10-413.
On what?
The page before.
10-413.
Okay.
Nuisance abatement, the grass, the soffits, and all
I
that.
think it's actually so low.
Nuisance abatement, why is it only at 5,000?
Is that the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because that's all we've collected, so far, for the year. Two things take place in this collection for abatement. Number one, we go out and charge $50 an hour to cut the grass with our equipment and our manpower. So we then give them 3 chances to pay. If not, we file a lien against the property. If we file a lien against the property, we get no reimbursement until that property is sold. On the other hand, we've had a large number of people, when they've gotten their notices, have cut the grass. So the amount of grass cutting, and I think Marty can confirm that we're doing abatement-wise is down. Would you agree, Marty?
Yep.
Which is good, I guess.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it's very good.
People cut their own grass.
Less stuff for, for people to do.
So, if you've got high grass, you're gonna get 3 chances to cut it. You get the initial notice, you get the second notice, you get a third notice, and the third notice is a very short notice. If it doesn't get cut, we'll come in and cut it. You know, if you have us cut it the first time, you're not gonna want us to come back and cut it the second time when you see the bill.
That's good.
On the other hand, if you're an absentee landlord, or even a owner, landlord who is in this area, when I say this area, I'm talking about the metropolitan area, and he or she's not cutting the grass, he may not worry about it because he's gonna let the liens continue on the property. When it's sold, they get paid off, and he moves on to whatever else he or she is doing. But the amount of revenue we've taken in for abatement this year, right there, you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Any more questions on, any of the 10-500 accounts?
Yeah, this, 10.
10-500?
No, I'm just, Vicky has another one.
Yeah, what is 595, the last one there?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
That line
Capital outlay?
item had been eliminated last year because that line item is now found in the capital improvement budget.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 10-600 list. Next page. Any questions on this one?
So that prosecuting attorney.
So this is public safety. There really isn't any huge changes in this. That I saw. Any of the 10-600, yeah, I'm just going to the next page. They all start with 10-6 something.
Yeah. I was just wondering why we pay so much overtime, but that doesn't matter. That was 3 years ago.
Any questions on the next page for courts or prosecuting attorney? Okay, 700s, public works.
$700 in
No, I'm just going through because they started 700, I'm just doing the next page. They started 700.
Can I ask a question about salary?
Yeah.
Marty, is that for 3 people?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, other, new Marty. Is this for 3 people?
What are we talking about? This
For
is
salary?
I don't know how they had the salaries broke up. I don't know what's coming out of Parks and what's coming out of Public Works.
Oh,
Because there's salaries in Parks too. And I don't know what that would be for.
gotcha. Okay, I see it.
Oh, you asking that Marty or the other one?
But it's separated though, so it's separated.
Yeah, which Marty?
So what is Public Works salaries, what is it made up of?
Public works salaries are made up of public works employees.
Yeah, just the 3 of them, right?
There's 3 of them this year.
Okay, and then the parks, what's that salary? There's a separate line item.
Because they're reimbursing public works some of that money. Comes out of their money and it goes into the general fund. And last year that was 30%.
Can I ask another question? So when they work in the park, I mean, what's, like, where are you in the, and I know it might sound simple. So when you work in.
No, that's just a general reimbursement for everything that's done throughout the year to go from one fund to the other. There's a lot of funds that get moved to reimburse other funds to make the numbers meet up, and that's what that is.
Okay.
They're not splitting our work between streets and parks.
Can I ask about professional, no, contractual services, line, 10716.
10716.
Okay, where's she say?
She's on 10716
716.
on the public works page.
716.
Okay, I'm just looking at this year, you spent $24,000, oh, actual September 30th, $24,000, approved for 25 was 11.3 and approved, that stays the same. What exactly are those? That's when you hire in like a gardening company or landscapers or that kind of stuff?
You've got a landscaping gardener company that maintains the fountain.
Got it.
And out of curiosity, why can't our Public Works Department do that?
You know, you get a chance to question this budget on your own.
No, I'm just asking.
What was the question again?
He said, how come Public Works can't do it? Marty, Nuss, you wanna,
What?
Nuss,
What was the question?
he said, why can't Public Works do the fountain?
Public Works can do anything you want them to do.
Yeah. Are
What are
they,
you gonna sacrifice when you got to
we have one, we got Marty Nuss, who's the head, and then we have a supervisor, and then we just hired a
We
laborer.
got 3 people.
Yeah,
I have a supervisor, I have a maintenance person, and I have Marty. Marty spends at least half his day out in the field. And that's everything. That's cutting the grass, that's maintaining the baseball field, trimming trees, cutting the median. You tell me, I'm willing to cut anything back. The new city manager can cut anything he wants back. If you want them to maintain the fountain, that's fine. Are you gonna want them to maintain the fountain and get rid of them and give you the $9,000, whatever dollar it is? That's fine too. But, you know, as I said earlier, the employees we have here for the most part are underpaid and overworked. And that's not an advantage for us to continue.
My question had to do with why it was so much less for, than 24. I mean, 24 is $24,000. That may have been for repairing things and getting some stuff.
Part of that may have been the cost that for the plan that was gonna improve the medians too. And I can't tell you that for sure.
For the for SWT?
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I wanna say that there, we had hired a contractor to help with the invasive species project and all that.
Stuff like
Right,
that.
yeah, and I
But
wanna say
that
it
was,
was done in
oh yeah, but
2024.
that was at Hosea, so was that part of the?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
When we,
wondering.
when we did the,
There
yeah,
wasn't-
with Beyond Housing, it could be our
So,
matching. Yeah,
we
that's a
have to
good
pay
idea, it
and
could be
then
our
we get
matching.
reimbursed, but the
Yeah.
reimbursement will be in the revenues line, not in the expenditure line,
Right.
which we're looking at
How much
expenditures
just
right now.
I can't remember. Oh, speaking of what Marty was just saying about being overworked and underpaid, I would like to see some type of projection for, because Public Works, I don't know how many people know this, Public Works cleans City Hall. And I don't think that's the best use of their time, when we only have 3 people. So what I would like to see is some type of, like, a draft that incorporates the use of a cleaning service for City Hall, so that we can take one thing off the plate when it comes to that. They do the bathrooms, they do the kitchen, they do, everything. So I think looking into hiring a professional service, even if they come like twice a week or something like that, would be beneficial to help out Public Works in that area. They're not clean people, you know, we want them in the street, we want them in the parks and everything, and it splits their time.
Well, they would still be, so we're just talking about the maintenance of this building that we're sitting in,
The cleaning of
the
it.
cleaning of
Yes.
this building that we're sitting in.
Yeah,
So is that on a professional fee or is it
It's not in
contractual
here.
service?
Contractual services.
it's not in here, we didn't put it in here.
Mhm.
But that's something that I
Oh,
would like to see
okay.
how much it would cost. Yeah, to
I'm
get some
asking,
quotes.
so where would it go under contractual services, you think?
And where would it go, Marty or Kiana? Would it be under contractual, would it be under,
Professional fees.
Professional
Honestly,
fee.
building maintenance, it would end up in the admin building maintenance.
admin?
Okay.
Is that on here?
No.
You gotta go to
It's
admin.
in the admin.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
proposing it.
580.
Yeah.
I got you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not in here yet, I'm proposing it.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it was one of the things that I did not know. Any questions, any more questions about Public Works?
That's one more question.
Uh-huh.
That snow removal, $3,000, you think that's enough?
Where is it?
I'm sorry.
734.
734 right here.
10-734.
Yeah, 734, snow removal.
Marty, can you tell us what the snow removal includes?
Is that just the salt?
Is that just salt or is it?
Yeah, that, we think the 3,000 is the salt fee and the other one is the, cost for plowing, the payroll cost for plowing.
Just three
Which
thousand?
one? Which
The
one?
11,000 or, there's a,
Oh, back in 23?
It was 10,000 back in 23.
Let's see.
You said it's 11,000.
What are we referring to?
Only thing I see 11,000 is the contractual service.
I think 3,000 is kind of low for myself,
We think it was 10,000?
but back in
Equipment.
back in
Is there a
23, it was
separate
10,000.
line item for plowing as opposed to salt?
Yeah.
734.
Okay, and what is that?
Snow removal, is your salt cost.
What was the plowing, which one is the plowing?
The plowing, the cost for plowing comes out of salaries.
Okay,
Oh.
so,
So you got overtime and hourly wage there,
mhm.
and under our personnel manual, if an employee gets called out other than his normal or her normal working hours, they're guaranteed a minimum of 2 hours overtime pay. Just the opposite, if they get called out on their normal after their normal hours, and they're plowing snow for 8 hours, that's still coming out of salaries and overtime to pay that cost.
What were you thinking?
The gasoline or diesel fuels that are needed for plowing comes out of the fuel account.
So what's the 3,000 in? Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
salt.
Salt.
Just salt.
You thinking it's too low?
I think it is too.
What was it last?
We have got salt in, that I would call regular road salt. The Public Works Director wants to buy some additional salt, if he can find it, which is treated salt. And you may have seen it someplace before, the treated salt is blue when it hits the road. The regular salt is not real effective once you get below 20 degrees. The blue salt or the treated salt is. You want to add anything I said to that, Marty?
No, your snowstorm that everybody complained about last year was because you did not have treated salt.
So how,
The
so,
regular salt will not melt anything below 16 degrees, and if the sun doesn't come out the next day, your ice will stay on the road till it warms up enough to make that salt work.
so this is just for regular salt, not treated salt? The
Well,
3,000?
It was for whatever you guys usually bought,
Yeah.
which was obviously just regular salt, because you don't have any treated
Do you have an estimate for the treated salt yet, or you looking for it?
It's gonna be more expensive.
Okay, you got a number for it?
No, because I'm assuming we're gonna get at least 2 semis, which is probably gonna be in the 4,000 to 5,000 range.
In addition to the 3?
We're not using any of that 3, because we don't need any more regular salt.
Okay. Let me see, blue salt, right?
The regular salt that we have now was paid for out of the present budget and was ordered before Marty or I was here.
Right. Do we have any of that salt left?
Oh, you got piles.
A lot of
It's probably not that effective, it's just sitting on the.
It's under a tarp.
What do you think?
They're all under tarp, so it'll mostly be effective. You did a 25-degree snow, that salt will work just fine.
Yeah.
But if
And
it get
it'll be
below that,
colder.
if it gets below that, then it won't work.
No.
It's not effective.
Anything under 16 degrees.
You know, and the other part, when you talk about last year's snowstorm, they didn't get the plows on the road in
We don't
time.
have any plans.
I'm confident with the new Public Works Director, that's not gonna happen this year. You won't have trucks that aren't ready to go. When the snow starts hitting the ground, in this case, it's all guys, those guys will be out taking care of the problem.
And remember, we did buy extra plows and extra spreaders last year.
You didn't buy extra
Or
of
new-
anything. You bought additional.
Yeah, additional, so we did, we only have one plow and one spreader
Yep.
at the end, so we did have a adjustment, remember? Yeah. How many plows we got? 3?
You have 3 plows, but as of
3
right
plows
now,
and
you
2
have only 2 trucks that are roadworthy.
And is all the plowing in-house?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything's in-house.
Hey, Marty, I'm sorry, really quick. Yolanda, you might remember this. The mayor before you, his name skips my mind. He talked about how previously they would contract with Ferguson to help with salting and cleaning. I just wanted to say that out loud, like I don't know if that would be helpful or.
Will not be needed.
Okay.
I think they got salt from Ferguson.
Yeah, they got something from Ferguson.
I think so. Well, how much is
How
it?
much you want? How much you want?
So how much you think that treated salt, you said it's about 5,000 for the treated salt?
I believe it's $200 to $2,500 a semi.
So
We would need 2 of those.
So you need 2 of those?
Because we only need to have it on the snows where it's below 16 degrees.
Right.
So we're gonna use it only when we need to have it for the cold snows, so that's why we don't need 5 truckloads of it.
I got you.
So.
And the trouble is, can we find it?
Right.
At this point, in this stage of the game.
That's too late or something?
I've called the big salt companies 2 months ago when I got here, and I have not gotten calls back from either one of them. Now, that doesn't mean that MoDOT won't let us buy some, and I don't know what that whole deal is, or we can get it from a different city, but we have to have some treated salt on hand, to be ready for what we need to do.
Everybody else preparing too? I believe last year when we sat down with the old Public Works Director, he basically said that he just kind of, when we ran out, he just went in and asked them. and they gave us the truckloads, and then we just reimbursed them for what we used.
Who was that?
So, Dennis.
Like MoDOT?
Yeah, but that was
So
the
he
regular
would,
salt.
yeah. No, I think it was the treated.
Well, I think, if I recall correctly,
I think it was
due to the
the-
snowfall, the salt shed had collapsed, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that was our treated salt or our regular salt.
When it collapsed, he then went to MoDOT, but MoDOT had the blue salt. And then they let us use
Oh, I
as
see.
much as we needed, and then we reimbursed them at the end.
I see.
So it might be worth a conversation to go over there and just talk to them to say like, hey, you know, I think he literally just walking past them, and they were nice enough to do it.
Well, if we had treated salt last year, there's no signs of it.
No. It was still at MoDOT. They just went and refilled the trucks there. They didn't give it, we didn't take it down to Public Works. When we
Okay.
needed it, yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, when we needed it, we went over there. And I think I wanna say we only had it for one snow, because then we ordered salt and we had salt.
Yeah, it was for the big snow.
Yeah, it was for the big snow. It was only for that one snow, and then we got salt after that. But it might be worth a conversation.
Yeah, it was just the regular salt.
No, it was treated.
That was after the fact, though, wasn't it?
No, it was like, it was during the snowstorm. It wasn't like right when it happened. It was probably like.
Yeah, it was the treated stuff.
But it was the treated salt. It was the blue stuff. Yeah,
That's when everything started melting, for the blue stuff.
yeah.
But that was the problem, they
White
put
stuff
blue
was worse.
after.
Yeah, the white stuff was not
The
right.
white stuff.
And then after that, he did order more salt, but it was just regular salt. Yeah, but they graciously like allowed us to use their blue salt. So,
So we definitely need to get some treated salt.
Yes.
But it's like too late in the game to get, so.
we could go ask them if they're, willing, yeah.
Cause you got, that's 2 years in advance.
We did pay them for that.
Uh-huh.
2 years in advance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went, they.
Every city needs salt, man.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely need some.
Rodney ordered that in July. For the winter.
When is the salt order? Is it
They
in
usually
May?
have that.
Usually in the spring for the following winters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they send an email saying,
You gotta order it.
yeah, we're ordering.
We're in a co-op with probably 20, 25 other cities, and the salt's bought in the barge loads. And then we pay our portion of the salt at a per ton cost, split among all those cities for our portion, and then you pay the delivery cost, which is much cheaper than if Marty's gotta go call Cargo or Molten Salt and said, I need some, two semi-loads of salt. The price we pay per ton is considerably lower than if you buy it on the open market.
The only problem is none of that salt that we ever got was treated salt.
Right.
So it's only doing half the job.
So nobody's really buying treated salt, everybody's buying
Right.
just white salt.
Marty,
Because we buy it with the
And
company.
that's just gotta change that.
Marty does.
So,
The,
everybody
the new
else
shed that we're putting up for the
Yeah.
salt, it's big enough so that you could, if you got the other kind of salt, you could separate it within that shed?
Yes.
Okay.
Any questions about the next page, Public Works Parks?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
if I can make a suggestion?
Yes, sir.
It would probably behoove us to make Teardrop and St. Anne actual parks so that we could apply for grants to redevelop those.
Now, I was always told that because it doesn't have, what constitutes a park? Somebody told if it
We just
doesn't.
have we have to pass a resolution in
So there's
order
no-
to say it's a park.
There's no specific thing that a park has as opposed to a landmass?
Not that I'm aware of, it just needs to be designated by the city.
I've never looked into that issue. I'm happy to look into that if there, particular grant.
there's plenty of park development grants, and if we're gonna be using St. Anne as a park, one, it needs to be developed, because there used to be a house there that we tore down 20 years ago, because we're finding so much debris coming up out of that park now.
Yeah, I think there were 2 or 3 homes.
So the point is it needs to get rejuvenated. It needs to add parking, needs to add sidewalks, we could really upgrade that, and a lot of that could be done through the grant process. So then we could just have to figure out what we wanna name it. But between that and Teardrop, those are 2 parks that aren't parks, that could be designated, and therefore help us develop them properly.
So that would help with, funding sources?
Yes.
Yeah, so we would be pulling from restricted instead of.
Plus, I think we've always talked about having a park for each ward, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Well, the
So-
fourth ward does have a park,
Correct.
yeah, but it's not, I didn't know that Teardrop Park wasn't a park.
No, it's a landmass. It's not a, yeah, it's not.
Looks like a park.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a park, but technically it's a landmass. Yeah.
So what do we have to do for us, the city?
We'll let him do his homework.
Yeah,
And
and I'll look into it and then I'll touch base with the city administrator and public works director about that. Yeah, we'll come back with something.
Well, with the area park, would that be a park?
Was considered what?
With,
Park.
in the second ward on, what street you used to?
Bellwood.
Bellwood, would that be
And
considered
The-
something that we
the
could?
flagpole,
Yeah.
With the.
I suppose it could be. I mean, I wouldn't have any opposition to it, I don't know what, I mean, with the way that's developed, quote unquote, it's developed mostly as it is now. And that area around the flagpole was obviously, I'm guessing, planted at some point.
Yeah,
With a lot of plants and stuff. We're still working on getting the, electric fixed out there, the contractor is woefully slow. But I guess the question, what else would it be?
Hosea Park is in Ward 2, so they need.
No, I'm talking about the
Not
one
Hosea.
on, not Hosea, the one on.
I know.
Bellwood Park.
One in,
Is it a
It's a
park
very
or
small
seating area?
Yeah, cause it's got benches, it's got plants, it's got the flagpole. It has, you have to go into the.
Well, it doesn't have any plants anymore, there's
Yeah,
nothing out there
No,
but
those
weeds
are-
and grass.
But at one point it did.
I think I'm just thinking because you guys said every ward should have a park, but Ward 2 has a park.
No, I'm saying like, if
Hosea
we,
Park is a ward.
yeah,
It's
I'm
two.
saying
No,
if we
It's
designate
not
that
ward,
a
it's
park,
Your ward.
Yeah, because it backs
Yeah.
up into Bermuda.
It's on the map.
I always thought it was in
That's 2,
two.
but once you cross over, that's 1. That doesn't look.
but I was saying, we could pull from
I'll have to
restricted
look.
fund to have.
No.
Look at the map.
I think
Instead of-
maybe we should refer some of this to the Parks Board and have them have a conversation about all these areas, including Parchester Park and the pocket parks that we have, the little ones like ours and the historic Glen Echo, and talk about a plan for maintenance and developing of those areas.
Think that's your time? When you're with the park?
Parks Board. I'm at liaison for the Parks Board. What you wanna do, Vicky?
Just have a discussion of all the plans and the care and maintenance of all the parks, or the designated areas that we call parks, or the ones that we want to call parks, and have that go to the Parks Board, and have them suggest to the council that we wanna make this designation a park, we wanna make this a park, we wanna make this a park, and then have them go and look at all these places and come up with some ideas for maintenance and improvements.
So Andy, can you look at Bellwood, the land at Bellwood and Kirkland, St. Anne, Teardrop? Am I missing one? You're.
Ours is a
Yours is
park, but
already
it's
a
not maintained very
Yeah,
well.
yours is already.
So what does Ward 4 have?
We have,
Teardrop and, Valley Park.
Oh, that's what you.
Yeah. And then St. Anne is where Shakespeare was. That's in the 3rd. Bellwood and Kirkland is in Tony's subdivision. We go down from here.
Right.
And then, Hosea. And Portchester.
Okay, that's the building.
Any questions on, revenue summary, expenditure summary? I mean, we're at the end of it now. Pest control. The next page.
Can we continue this discussion for the workshop?
We can, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys wanna move on with it?
Yeah.
So, Marty is going to have for us, where did we stop?
10.
We stopped at 10, 900. Yeah, I mean, cause of course we can go back and revisit. Marty's gonna have for us on Friday, so check your emails, the final draft. And everything, and also the worksheets from the department heads.
Okay.
So be checking your emails for that.
We did.
Does that make sense? It is.
Just one comment.
Yes, sir.
It's the final administrator's draft. The final budget is what you folks approve.
Yeah, the final, your draft. Number 2.
Oh, real quick, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
I don't believe that the reading ever occurred, so let's get
Did
that
I read
reading.
it? I didn't
Yeah.
read it.
Let's just,
Council Bill number 25-15, an ordinance of the City of Normandy adopting the fiscal year 2026 budget of the City of Normandy.
thank you.
Can I
Better
get a
than double
motion?
up than,
Can I get a motion? Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Good.
We're good.
Number 2, resolution number 25-38, a resolution of the City of Normandy, Missouri, appointing Olu Sagan Babaloa as city administrator, thank you very much, of City of Normandy, Missouri, and authorizing the mayor to execute an employment agreement relating thereto. So you guys have the copy of the employment agreement that we all agreed to, and we have all the information that we need, and transcripts, all that came in, thank you. And all I need is a motion on the floor.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Yay!
Thank you, thank you.
Now you just need an email.
And a phone. And a phone.
Just an FYI, Sagan has been using Marty's email, so just, if you have anything, just keep it emailing. Yeah. Because we have to get the license for it, yeah, so.
So you should have it by tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you be hearing from.
Resolution number 25-39, a resolution of the City of Normandy authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Equity Homes Construction LLC for demolition of certain real property. And this, which is the address? This is for 7640 Santa Monica Avenue, which is right behind the old St. Clair station. The little.
Are they gonna tear that down?
Yes.
All right, fine.
$1.
$1.
So moved.
Second. I need a second.
First, second.
Vicky was first. Washington second. Can I get, all in favor? Sorry. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution number 25-40, a resolution of the City of Normandy authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Travelers Insurance for property and liability insurance policy. If you looked in the back, we have the whole. We got the list cleaned up for the driver. Is that already cleaned up? Or they're gonna clean it up? They're just gonna clean it up. Okay. Any questions on this? Anybody have? It was quite the tedious read.
Yeah.
I have a requested amendment if,
Yeah.
So I didn't see this until earlier today, but I had requested earlier, Travelers didn't get it back to us until today. We have added preservation of sovereign immunity riders, which is very, very important for our insurance policy, right? So we don't accidentally waive our sovereign immunity. The resolution that is before you doesn't address this, but we have an amended resolution that adds the sovereign immunity riders. What?
The second one.
You have a copy of it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do have a copy?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, she made a copy.
I don't have a copy. You guys have a copy. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
forget what I said. You got it.
Yeah, not this one.
No, but does the number have to change? Okay, it's still the same, so it's.
No, it's still the same number.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been read them.
Mhm.
But that was it? And-
So that was it. Yep, no, you got what you need.
What was I gonna say? Any other questions? There is a significant savings, so,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. We're doing better, especially with workman's comp, so that's good. I think it's an 8.5%. Can I get a?
In 2 years, we can start cutting down trees?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Can I get a motion, can I get a motion for resolution number 25-40?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
So for 2540.
Yeah, 25-40. Ayes have it. Citizen comments.
No more Raggedy Phone, I'm in person, hi guys. So, just a few other things I wanted to add. One, we're still missing our sign on Skyview. It's been many, many months, many, many years on that. In reference to the code enforcer, I say this with all respect, we don't need another code enforcer. We need the one we have to do a little bit more. It feels like things fell apart when Sharon Warren left. I think you said there was a housing clerk. If we can get the
No,
part,
Sharon was not the housing.
well, whoever the housing clerk was.
Kathy Tracy.
Okay, yes, and she was so freaking awesome. If we can get a part-time person to do that, so they can help the code enforcer and they can get more on top of all these apartment units you guys talked about. Just wanted to also say, I think we are a third or fourth tier city, so let's just make sure when we're assessing additional fees for these things that we don't overburden our new residents. So it doesn't become a penalty. The most important thing I want to talk about is the leaves. I heard you earlier say we didn't have enough people, and I understand that. I think previous years they did it with 2 or 3. I would really, really encourage you not to cut that, because you don't see anybody here now. This room will be full if you don't go get those leaves. We just had an issue a few months ago, and the chief is here, I'm so glad, and Councilman Washington is here. Someone who felt like Normandy wasn't picking up enough, which they weren't when they were, maybe twice, and you had to catch a sign that you can barely read. Started burning her leaves and almost burnt down her home, electric poles behind 70, and homes next to her. We have a lot of older residents who can't afford, they physically can't do all their bagging. I know myself, just in the fall, I spend between $400 and $500 having leaves taken away or bagged because I've got a sewer in front of my house and I don't want to stop that up, so leaving them there to get sucked, and it takes too long. Our residents can't afford that. That guy that was here before you is gone because people had a fit with the way that things went with that snow. You sound extremely more than beyond competent. If you do cut that off, you have to not just put it on the website. Y'all are gonna have to go door to door. It's gonna be a catastrophe. We don't need anybody's home catching on fire. Tony was actually there for that, and I think Chief found out about it afterwards. It was really bad because the lady backed up to electricity poles, and that could be worse. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
We need to go into closed session for an update on legal issue. Can I get a motion to go into closed session? So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Where you come from?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's magic.
roll call vote, please.
Councilman Sachsenheimer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cleveland?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilwoman Beret is absent. Councilman Robbins?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bay?
Yes.
Invested in girls.